I forgot to record that. Oh, well. Do we even record it on the mic? No.
It's over there.
That's so sweet. Thank you, Lord. No, I don't need sweet, sorry. Oh, but you I'd be up all night.
Okay, so I guess we'll vote all those in favor of closing the public hearing for the zoning bylaws.
I'll move that we close it.
Oh, there you go.
That's not right.
He seconds it. All those in favor.
Aye.
Okay. So now we'll try to call to order the regular select board meeting. I got her back. For Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. It's now 7:07 p.m. rather than 6 p.m. Review the agenda. Anybody got anything they want to remove or add to the agenda? Jesse, you want to talk about phones? Yeah, you seem very excited. I'm gonna skip over the uniform vendor update. We don't really have anything there yet. Budget committee is who wants to talk about that?
I can do a quick
Okay.
30 seconds.
All right. Well, in the interest of time, we'll do citizens' comments. Anybody have any citizens' comments other than the bylaws for the regular select board meeting? Okay. Paul, did you want to do your DRB report?
I think you mean Bob.
Bob, sorry. God. Oh,
It's getting to go.
it's getting long. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you should be odd guy.
Yeah, no. There's too many of you.
Sounds like the DRB is not the most popular,
Wow, that's all right.
tonight, but,
Neither is the select board some days, Paul, or Bob. So there's too many Pauls, man.
got big shoulders,
Mhm.
and you did a very good job, of explaining, the legalistic, as I would expect, what our
Yeah,
what we're required to do.
Right.
What we can do, what we shouldn't do. Having said that, we've had a fairly quiet 6 months since my May report. We spent a couple of sessions with Paul, with some feedback on what we thought might be a problem or what we might want to see in the revised bylaws. And I thought that was very productive.
Which Paul, this Paul?
That,
Yes.
that Paul.
It's Paul one, Paul two, Paul three.
we have that in my office. We have two carries, and so they're K1 and K2. That's how we tell them.
I'm just the middle.
So we spent a couple of sessions on that. And we had one hearing, which involved it was a difficult hearing because it involved subdividing a very awkwardly shaped lot, and I know it's hard for you to believe that we have awkwardly shaped lots in town.
Can't imagine.
And we felt there wasn't any way that we could fit the criteria in terms of frontages and access and so on into this oddly shaped lot. So we did have to turn that down. And I was very pleased to get the legal assistance we got from Megan in terms of the wording of the decision. That was very helpful. None of us on the board have kind of legal background that is useful to put into something like that. So that's been our 6 months.
Well, there you go.
Any questions?
Not really. Not that I have. Anybody else?
Nope.
Thanks, Bob.
Keep up the good work.
I would say good night.
Yeah. Don't blame me.
No, those small
Comes.
ones.
Now coming. He got that.
Okay, highway, yeah, he's outside, he's coming back. Highway report, I'll let you go. I don't have anything.
Payments done. Test holes for Thaybrook. Will be done December 3rd. Trucks are basically ready for winter. Got the tires, rest of the tires in today. Road graded a few roads that we needed done.
How's the roller working on the back of that thing? Take it or leave
It
it.
just, yeah,
It's there.
yeah, I mean, you know,
It follows you.
it makes it so when the state comes out and say you're gonna have something to roll with. And
Fulfilling the requirement.
How many tires are on that thing? Like 8, 12?
I ain't counting them. Um. Let's see. So truck. Lead time for a truck is near as I can find out. I haven't talked to the salesman on Viking or Temco bodies yet, but I was told by one of the truck salesmen that it's 18 to 22 months out after they receive the truck. And
Hold on,
they're
wait,
only
wait.
3 to 4 months out for a truck, so you're at least 2 years out.
What our fiscal year for purchasing a truck is 27, right?
Yes.
So next July we would order the truck. July of 27.
No,
July 26.
July 26, we'd order the truck.
Must be the fiscal.
Yeah. But July 26, we order the truck. It arrives in, hold on, it arrives in October. And then we don't get it back to plow until the next January.
28. Year 28,
You don't have to put any money down to order a truck, so
right.
I suppose you have to pay for the truck.
The
that
cab,
goes in.
cab and chassis, I was paid.
That's
for
what I'm
that.
saying.
Okay.
That's what I mean. So so your best bet for ordering it is like, if you're talking 3 months, June, May, April. Beginning of April you order it, but you're only buying yourself 3 months on a 2-year window.
What I can do is tell them we're buying a truck. And get on the list. For the bodies, but it's still 2 years from now.
But it's better if it's 2 years from now instead of
Right.
an additional year from now,
Absolutely.
so.
Because who knows what kind of shape that truck's gonna be.
I mean, if we're 5 months away from putting in an order for a truck, then I don't see the harm in saying we're getting it. Put us in the pipeline.
Hmm.
Because it's unlikely they'll be ready to do anything with it by next July. Right, like they're not gonna catch up enough to be doing it in July.
No, so I'm waiting to hear from back from them and get some prices on them, yes.
Yeah, I don't wanna know the price.
Yeah, well, me neither, but
What was the last plow body? Like 110 or something like that?
yeah.
Okay,
I guess some trees cut around town. And nobody on crew wants to touch them, so. I've asked my brother if he would cut them for us and he allows how he would. So. I need. I guess. That's the route I'm gonna go if it's all right with everybody.
we have like a part-time contract wage line, right? Or did we get rid of that?
I think we have it this year.
We got part-time.
Yeah.
Wage one, yeah.
Yeah, it's what we paid Jeff out of, right? In the transition.
But why don't the guys wanna go cut them?
Well, Chris is a big. He hasn't cut a lot of trees.
Sure.
And I've watched and the ones he has. It shows.
Can we send him to,
The game of logging.
yeah, can we send him to training?
Sure.
Do it.
You know, if one comes up next spring. That's usually when they come up is in the spring.
Mhm.
then I think you should plan on sending it.
But in the meantime, we have contracted services. Oh, no, we didn't.
We got part-time,
No,
part-time wait labor. Under labor, part-time.
But you need to come in and fill out paperwork.
part-time was $2,000.
Play.
I thought we had more than that. I thought we had like $8,000 for that. We used to, maybe we cut it down.
You know what his rate would be?
Huh?
You know what his rate would be?
No, I guess we can discuss that.
Okay, but in the meantime, let's get whoever needs to be trained so we can not pay outside people.
Like I said, it'll be in the spring of the year. when we-
Yeah.
That's when they have those classes. That's a guy that does the classes, he's a logger as well, so. Spring of the year slow for him, so he
Could we get Derek to do
does
it?
classes.
I don't think he probably wants to.
No, probably not.
What else we got?
That's it?
We got the new grader, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
new graders there.
Fancy.
Can I ask how much a new grader costs?
If you don't want to know.
I do wanna know, that big yellow thing, I wanna know.
About $450,000.
That's a weird guess, I'm like 400, 500,000.
It has like bug eyes, it's so weird. Every time I drive by it, I'm like, what is that?
And
It would have been a little bit lower, but we got the roller for the back
Mhm.
because the state requires you to roll afterwards for
But
dust.
one of the best wheels were.
Yeah.
they're gonna require it. I don't know if they require it.
Mm-hmm,
We're trying to get ahead of the.
yeah, yep,
Are
So-
there
For water
meters
runoff,
for it?
basically.
I think it's an important thing for Braintree with its number of gravel roads that we both have.
Mhm.
And you
40.
have the best roads and.
42 miles of gravel, so.
Yeah,
But we're sort of anticipating the requirement and buying it now. It's cheaper than buying it in 5 years.
wheels come off of that? No,
Yeah,
they do, okay,
and just a couple pins,
that's it, okay,
that's it.
It's basically like a
Put down-
PTO on the
put
back.
down 2 legs,
yeah,
hold 2 pins,
okay.
yeah. 2 minutes, if that.
What happened? Oh, what happened with the push plate on the front? Did you get?
The front of the new grader is a different design than the old grader. Bolt pattern, I should say, so I've gotta come up with a plate that will bolt up to the new grader. And then be able to put the blade on the front of it. With bolt holes. That fit it. Yeah,
Fun.
There's
No.
there's one to purchase, but it's a significant amount of money. So we're trying to
yeah,
brainstorm if we can have somebody fabricate it for us.
cats cost. $4,700. That's their at cost, we can buy it at cost. Bullshit. Because I just priced one out. To be made. Around $1,700. So I just gotta take time to. Get the bolt patterns and send them. In order for them to make it, so,
It's better than 4,700.
absolutely.
Doesn't void any warranty,
Hmm.
by doing it on. Doesn't
No,
void any
'cause-
warranty with cat.
It's. I can't believe it does, it's just, it's real, all it is hydraulic. They put plumbing for this up to the front.
Mm,
And he said that him and Dylan never talked about mounting it.
oh,
Dylan said they did,
mm.
but the salesman. Well, I'll let you think what you want about it.
It's probably-
You led us down the
If
path.
if it was me buying the cat machine, would not have the
I think
salesman.
it's part of my customer out, bro.
But no, I mean, I don't think it does anything to the warranty. It's just a conversion plate. Them selling one versus us making one's the same.
I mean, they were willing to make one anyway.
Oh.
Or buy one for us
Mm.
through. The place where they get the ring. So, the only thing we're gonna have them do is come down and go into the computer and the machine and make the front hoses will actually work.
Everything's probably computerized in it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all. Electrical, hydraulic, all of it.
I think Charles doesn't like it because it's too fancy. He
He,
wants old
I
school.
understand.
he ran it the first day and he said, might have to find somebody else to run it.
Oh, no.
Put too many digital things on it.
He wants the old knobs and levers.
And steering gears.
You steer it like this,
No more joystick.
so you can oversteer it.
Mhm.
It ain't fun.
Teach everybody else to
You
use
see
it.
the grader coming at you?
Get out.
Way over.
And be careful.
With those bug eyes anyway.
It happens quick.
And be
The
careful
mini
because
gets away from the grader.
Cars.
it's like
If he's-
2
if
feet
he's-
wider than our
If
old.
he hasn't got the blade down, he's traveling. That's when you wanna be concerned,
Good to know.
just so you know.
Okay. I think that's all we got for highway,
Yep.
unless anybody has any questions for us. All right, grant report. Is there anything to
It's very
report?
brief, this meeting, in spite of the federal government shutdown. I renewed the, listing, the registration for the town of Braintree with sam.gov, which is a grants, access, platform, that the federal government uses.
Okay,
Took about a week, but we got it done.
there you go.
Help from Jesse.
What kind of reply did you get from the shutdown federal government? When when
It
you
was an
submitted
email
it?
saying, hey, well, it passed through a couple layers of verification. Different parties had to verify, different aspects of our registration. And, but it's done.
Great, thank you. Dan, may I make a note? I think we did not approve the minutes. of-
No, we didn't. Yeah, no, I skipped
I
that.
put a little note on my paper that way.
We'll go back and do that.
There you
Uh,
go. I move that we approve,
yeah, go ahead.
I move that we approve the minutes of the October 21st, 2025 meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
You tell this is not my regular gig. Okay, Jesse. Bones.
Lovely on roll today with the new consolidated, which is Fidium.
Oh, I've seen Fidium driving around. That's what that's about.
I think in the short term to save almost $100 a month or potentially $100 a month once the tax and federal this and local that and everything else is added in. We just do away with our fax number.
When's the last time you got a fax?
Well, so there's a couple things. The only faxes that we ever get are ones that are junk mail.
Mhm.
So
Some junk fax.
those. So
It's a thing.
we don't need it. We haven't. No one's asked to send one in quite a while, and I'm not even sure that it works to send one, because I've tried a couple times and it doesn't. Had few phone companies here and no one can figure out why it won't work. And you can get something for like $5 a month. E-fax or something where you just scan it to your computer and send it through email.
Yep.
Somehow.
Yeah.
So
Do it.
I think, for the time being, I tried, with this new company, our $70 and $85 lines are cheaper than what they offer for new customers, right?
Are you kidding?
So we need to be sure that we wanna get rid of whatever we do get rid of.
Because adding it back is gonna be expensive. I think the fax is a safe bet. People can scan and send with their phone.
Yeah.
Like giving up $100 a month on a fax line seems reasonable to me. Cause we get one fax a quarter in my office and we do,
Yeah.
50 times the volume of this place. So, yeah. I'm all for that.
What does a junk fax look like?
Yeah, that's
Is this
what I
like a
had.
spam text or email, but it comes through the fax machine?
Yeah.
That's a thing. Okay.
Want to put in vacation.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm wondering. Like, it's like a chain emails you used to get in the early 2000s.
My God, that's great.
Vacation or trying to get you to buy something or.
That's amazing.
Well, the people on the other side of that fax machine are pretty gullible.
Wow. Okay. What, are we switching providers? Did that ever pan out or no?
Not currently.
Okay. No, I didn't, I just didn't know where that was. Yeah.
So
All right.
that's all I had was that it's been driving me nuts and the fax sitting there is driving me nuts, so. Just it's $100 a month, so.
Yeah, do it. And you don't have to run the electricity of having the fax machine there. Okay. Do you need anything more than our sort of verbal approval to do that?
I don't.
I don't think we have to vote on her disconnecting.
We go
I
all
don't
office
think
space on the fax machine?
Okay.
Sisters first,
Aye.
I'm pretty sure they're all in agreement, so.
All right. I don't have anything for uniform. Budget committee.
We met last Wednesday, October 29th. It is Jesse, Megan, myself, and Lauren as our highway foreman. And we just went through a first pass of the budget to identify the places where we need more information, new information.
More money
I'm sorry?
or more money.
Yeah, just going through the easy stuff and identifying what the issues are that require more research. And we'll meet again as a committee and put together a final draft over the next several weeks. And then ultimately, as is in every other year, that draft will come back to the select board for discussion at a select board meeting.
But we usually, it's like late December, January, where we sort of really
Yep.
hone in on this, right?
Yep.
Okay.
We just started.
No, I don't, trust me, I don't expect any quick answers because it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna skip down to the one-time allocations, the Randolph area food shelf from the assistance fund. Did everybody get the email
Yeah. that
from
all
Megan
figured
about
out.
that? I guess the main question is that allowable under our fund? Does the wording preclude us from doing that? Or that's my question. And do you have any thoughts on it as the controller of the money? Well, I say that because you see how much we give out every year for the fuel assistance, which is our primary concern with this, right? Or rather, that's why we started it. And so the question is, if there's $5,000 in there and we give 1,000 to the food shelf, is the 4,000 enough to cover what we've traditionally seen for fuels? Have we used that much before?
So. Taking into consideration everything that we know currently. That should not be an issue. And I think it's for,
I don't remember how it was worded. That's
I don't necessarily either, but
I don't-
it's, it's
Oh,
for any.
I don't think we limited it to fuel, I guess is my thing.
Ah.
It's community assistance.
People. It's not like we can give that to the food shelf and say only use it for residents. Really.
Yeah, but we also couldn't guarantee spots at the daycare when we gave, money to the daycare that's starting up.
Right, but that wasn't out at that point.
That's true.
Hang on, we're looking up, we're trying to find some more information.
It was in here, right? I'm pretty sure we.
Yeah, it should be in the very first few pages.
You sticking around or you?
Yeah, well, thanks for your service.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're probably gonna be discussing again. If you see it on the agenda, you're welcome to come back.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
I don't know. So you think that is a reason not to, or what?
Did it is it in the dedication from Charlie?
You're moving kind of slow.
In the,
Why are you limping around,
I
Jesse?
thought it was in here.
no, it's in the, right here.
Oh, It was very fun for purposes of providing financial assistance to Braintree residents that present a demonstrated need.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
All right, what are everybody's thoughts?
Hmm. I mean, I don't see why we couldn't. I don't know. I mean, that's very open-ended. I mean, but at the same time, yes, like, we can't guarantee that this whole $1,000 is going towards Braintree residents, but like you said, the whole daycare thing, they weren't guaranteeing us, you know, spots
mean-
for children either.
2024, 209 Braintree residents used the food shelf.
Right.
this
Of
fund,
this fund,
this is
yeah.
for Braintree residents, so if Braintree residents go to the food shelf and the food shelf is out of food. Does the food shelf then send them to
What's our population
What?
in this town?
Hoojimidinger there, who then turns around and sends them to us?
Capstone.
Yes,
That seems like a convoluted way to go. And then how do you determine how much you're giving them for food and why and how, right?
so then what if you give them $1,000 and Randolph residents all come in and use up all that money and so Braintree residents still.
I guess I don't see them. I guess I don't imagine it.
I don't.
How do I?
I'm just throwing this stuff out there.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
I don't think the, the resolution gives us the authority to allocate funds from that fund to places that benefit Braintree residents and other residents. So I don't think that's the place for that
The money's
it can
coming
come
from.
from. You know, one way I can think about it is there something that the food shelf could do to earmark those funds in some way?
I mean, you could ask, but I doubt. I mean,
Debate. I feel like
those
that's-
guys are, volunteering and.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm not trying, I'm in favor of trying to do this. I'm just not sure we can do it from that fund. I think maybe what Megan was trying to say, which is persuasive, is, the food shelf spends, many thousands of dollars, 17% of which,
There's a
Go
good
to
thing
the
right
benefit.
now, it's going to the food bank right now.
say again?
Right, but that's
So-
not, for-
Yeah,
that's for the appropriation.
yeah, I understand, but we ain't gonna make this decision tonight, do we?
No,
That's what I was getting at. I mean, they're gonna get some money here right now, so can we talk about it next meeting?
Yep, I think we should do that.
Figure out where it should come from if we're gonna.
At least get a couple weeks to think about where it ought to come from.
Yeah, figure out your options.
Correct.
so far in 2025, 211 residents, which is more than all of 2024. Used food shelf,
From Braintree?
17% of the expenditure of the food shelf. Yeah, I mean, I guess I understand the earmarking thing. It's just, I kind of feel like it's going into a pot. So Braintree people are taking Randolph money and Braintree money and everybody else's money right now.
Good
And
point.
as long as they're running, our 17% could be, this $1,000 in increments. There's no way to earmark it, but at the same time, why do you need to? It's, you've supported the organization that supports your people. And for the sake of argument, who cares if it's our $1,000 or we loaned it to somebody else and then they got it back later, right? I mean, I get it. I get the strict reading of it, but.
Hey,
Yeah.
just a thought.
Yeah.
If the minutes of this meeting were to reflect the conundrum.
Yeah.
Okay. And indicate that, the select board will be revisiting this question at its next meeting, at which it would welcome public comment.
Right.
On that. at least you would then have full disclosure of the conundrum and an opportunity for people to weigh in, besides, in other words, that the burden
Yeah,
isn't just yours, okay? And I would hope, given the situation that the whole country is in at this point over this stuff, that the select board would receive comment, either oral or written, in support of using the funds in this manner, even though it's not specifically targeted to just Braintree, but because Braintree people receive the benefit from the funds being given in, especially by Randolph and
Right.
and Brookfield and whatever.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. As a cry for comment, we'll see if anybody actually does.
And Paul,
We can,
Paul 1, what Paul 2 said there vis-a-vis what the minutes might reflect is, you're Paul 1,
Okay.
Paul 1.
Yes.
Hey,
Those
no,
are
I'm
okay.
PK, we're both PKs.
you're both Paul K's, that's the problem.
Except that I'm a PK twice.
What PK twice said is really helpful. Thank you.
No, I'm a PK squared. Because I'm a
Oh my
PK.
God, we're too far down this road now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Well, when do we put them in the paper? We have to have them out by Tuesday. So you usually have something by Monday. We can sort of reword it if we need to.
I'll say more than just tabled.
Yeah, yeah. Do that.
Yeah.
Do that, and we'll sort of flesh it out more if we need
You're
to.
welcome.
Yeah. Okay, so the only thing left is the zoning bylaws. Do we want to call Malcolm back in, or what do we want to do
Is
with
he still
that?
here?
He's standing out there talking to
I
the.
didn't talk.
He's still talking. It's like 40 minutes. I just assumed maybe he forgot that they were in here.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
so for now, do the people in the room have any more discussion about the zoning bylaws? And particularly, I want to know whether we're having what people's thoughts are, having another hearing, approving, discussing again at the next meeting, what everyone's thoughts are given the things we heard tonight.
So I feel like we heard a number of minor changes today and a bunch of substantive changes. I think it could be helpful for us at our next meeting to consider the list of non-substantives that we heard and say, yes, let's do them, let's not do them, let's do them, let's not do them. They won't affect adoption or not.
Mhm.
And then look at the major issues. 12-foot versus 18-foot private road, half-acre zoning, conservation district up in Fairbrook, smaller
Can you-
zone.
Just
All those issues.
Oh, what? You're leaving?
And decide whether any of those substantive issues seem big enough to the board to delay adoption.
Can you help me with this? Can I pick your planning commission brain? Is that reasonable?
I cannot speak for the planning.
No, but I
commission,
mean,
Because
as someone- I know.
Another member of the planning commission is standing right out there, but.
No, but as someone who was there on the discussions, you can give me some information, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay. My assumption is these numbers and stuff. Well, I have two questions. The numbers for the rights of way and links and things like that, they're not arbitrary, right? There's some pool of knowledge you drew from to come up with those numbers, correct? Was that Two Rivers guidance? Was that what we have done in the past? How did that come about?
Some of it was Two Rivers, some of it has been the standards that are already reflected in some of the other documents, like the one referred to earlier, which is the town road and bridge standards.
Right.
Okay. They have not been refuted or questioned by fire department. I think one of the comments that Lauren made earlier about, you know, emergency vehicles being able to pass
Right.
each other on a road is legitimate. The fact that it's gonna cost a little bit more in terms of the gravel and so forth, well, I'm both
That's a
sympathetic
pretty
to
much
that,
fine.
and I'm not sympathetic to that,
Right.
okay? Sympathetic to it in terms of the costs of producing and developing something. But where public safety is involved, and especially as we are moving more and more into a complicated world of weather and of expectations and expectations that there's gonna be a public service of safety.
Right.
Coming to us, whether it's ambulances or whatever. In the
And coming
past,
quickly, yeah.
And coming quickly, right?
Well, that's the thing, you know, you got a narrow road, where's the ambulance gonna go up there and park?
Exactly.
Because they're supposed to be there for, at all structure fire.
I mean, so
12-foot
the
road.
standards that were in there meet what we felt were the current expectations for a reasonable development. Recognizing that in the past, much narrower things were put in. I mean, when I first came in 1951, Rifle Brook Road was so narrow, if you met a car going the other way, somebody had to back up till you found a place where you could get past.
Yeah.
Literally, okay?
It's like peach and pie.
Expectations change.
We still got places like
Like
that.
that. You know, and New Cross Road, we had the debate, you know, but those are sort of grandfathered in. There's no point in saying we're gonna go into the future like we accepted in the past. When we know that the present and the future is different than the past.
Okay, so my next question was regarding, there were two comments about the, I don't know, splitting of hairs in districting,
The what?
the sort of splitting of hairs of districting. Is it such that the two districts are exactly identical? I didn't.
They were only looking at the dimension chart.
Yeah, that was my
They
question.
didn't look at the use chart.
That was my question.
Okay, the distinction between the neighborhood residential district that we've created is that it does not permit commercial use. It's only focused on housing.
Okay,
Whereas the district to the north and south of it permit commercial uses as conditional uses.
that was the question I was trying to get to, and I never got answered.
Yeah.
Is the defining characteristics of them, not dimensionally, but just
And if-
verbally,
and if-
are they
if you
exactly
go
the
into
same?
Residential district, and what is a permitted use under it, you will not see a commercial use.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
So that's the distinction between the rural, 12A rural and the neighborhood residential district on 12A. The distinction between the rural scenic and the rural one is not again dimensional.
Right.
It is the character of the district.
Okay.
The reason that we have a scenic district is going back decades from the last, you know, at least from the last plan and zoning was put together, was this feeling that there are characteristics of these stretches of roads that are different from 12A or rural one. Okay, and that need to be protected, okay? And so that the characteristics are the distinction between those two districts, not the dimensions.
Okay, it was hard for me to, I won't say hard for me to believe, but I guess it was hard for me to believe that they are exactly identical. I can understand them being identical dimensionally and setbacks and so on and so forth, but the definitions of the districts must be different, otherwise they wouldn't exist. So that was what I was getting at.
Yes, right, and certainly, the difference between with the scenic district is very well spelled out in the town plan.
Right.
The neighborhood residential district is a new creation. That was one that came out of the conversations with Kyle and the desire to encourage residential development.
But not commercial use.
But not commercial in an area where we felt it was no longer be appropriate as might be in the south Braintree Village District.
Snowsville district, so on and so forth. Okay. All right. Okay, that was my questions. They're my overarching ones. There are plenty more, but those are the two that stood out to me. What does anybody else got?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Has the town ever thought of getting small treatment plants so we can have higher density in districts?
I have no answer to that
Because that
question.
would be the way to get more housing in smaller spaces.
I don't know that the character of this town. At one point, Snowsville had a shared water system, right? That's about the closest we've ever come to something
long
like that.
time.
Yeah,
Oh, actually, they're just recently that people don't use it now.
yeah,
I mean, real recent, because Bob wasn't 3 or 4 years ago, he just drilled a well. And he
Yeah.
was on that water system.
yeah. So Snowsville had a shared water system probably for,
Nothing the town had anything to do with.
no, it was independently
It
developed.
was, exactly.
Like what happened up in Randolph Village, right? Cause Randolph Village had their own
Mhm.
water.
But that's water, not sewer. Sewer part of the deal.
Yeah, I don't know that the town is set up with the infrastructure to do that sort of thing. I think we're sort of bound to make the most of what exists. I don't know that adding wastewater treatment plants is reasonable for our size and density and expectation of where the density might go.
Well, you can engineer up a septic system for a limited size number of people.
Yeah, but who carries the cost of that?
I'm sorry,
Who carries the cost of that? The town?
or it could be a neighborhood or the landowner.
Well, then if it's the landowner, I don't, they're welcome to do that. But the town itself, we're not in a position to do things
I
like that.
understand.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you want the liability, but, it's a way to get more housing on smaller lots.
I think the goal of this bylaw and our current town plan is to maximize the areas we can with as much housing, given the infrastructure we have. And maybe that's something down the road, but at the moment, we're just not set up for it.
As it is now, is landowners share septic
Hmm.
sites.
Yeah, and like
You know,
secondary,
on your property,
Mike's backup septic is on our,
how
field.
many septic systems are down in that corner?
yeah.
Or backup system?
So that's,
Okay,
I would just, Dan, some of the questions that were raised, tonight.
Yeah.
Were raised previously at the public forum or at the public hearing. And I think you all have a copy of.
we
this,
do, yeah.
Because the response of the planning commission
Yeah.
to those is already here. And if you find that response to be adequate, then you can move on quickly.
Yeah.
If you still have a question after reading the response, then I think you should invite the planning commission to attend your next meeting and have a conversation.
Yeah, and I read through it, but I gotta tell you, it's been a minute, so.
Yeah.
The having it all front of mind was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot, that's a lot to digest.
Yeah, that's a wordy document, a weighty document. Okay, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to revisit in 2 weeks? Or do you
Yeah.
feel like I don't know that I feel like I'm in a position to approve tonight, besides the fact that we've got to make some of these minor changes in the meantime
Yeah.
and then come back with a new draft.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think we'll approve tonight. I mean, if it means that we don't make it to the December 31st deadline, I don't think $1,500 is the straw that broke the camel's back either. Especially since Jesse's gonna save us $1,200 a year with that fax line being gone.
Paul's gonna reimburse us.
Yeah,
Paul one.
Paul, the other Paul.
All three.
Oh, wait, sorry.
PR.
It just have to figure out. $1,500 is not to make or break.
No.
Clearly. On the other hand, if you don't have some discipline to getting to closure.
Yeah.
You're never gonna get to closure.
That's right.
Correct.
Okay, so if you don't have a process
You're not-
that says, and a schedule to get you to closure.
Yeah.
even-
Everybody's not
even
gonna
if you
agree.
flip to December 1st, you're always gonna have 2 or 3 people who are gonna show up and be shouting and screaming and repeating
Yeah.
the same stuff.
No, I don't disagree.
So that's my only caution on that.
Yeah,
And I would like us to be clear that we heard from people, we're not the planning commission that heard a bunch of
Yeah,
things
yeah.
and responded a bunch of things. We're the select board, we heard a bunch of things. I wanna make it clear that we heard those and I want us to resolve those in some way, shape or form.
yeah, part of that, I think, is gonna be revisiting your responses
Yes.
there that I would like to do after hearing all of this.
Yeah.
I'll be able to go through all my notes and actually go back and. Read
Yeah,
the things
and,
they apply to.
You know, we were all taking our notes about what people were saying and what the issues were, and we can see what those responses are and then come back and decide again, well, now what do we want to do at our
I'm
next?
glad you took good notes, because we gotta do minutes for
Yeah.
that. Lou's gonna be doing the minutes.
I tried to for that reason.
I love it. Okay, Malcolm, you got anything else you wanna talk about real quick for the next maybe 5 minutes before we?
Just one thing, I am a great proponent of combining conditional use and site plan approval. I'll tell you why.
Okay,
Site plan approval, you get a site plan that either the person wants, or you say setbacks aren't necessary, whatever. And it doesn't say you have to stay there, there's nothing, you can't condition it. You just approve the site plan.
Mhm.
And it can change, but you don't know, you'll never know. Things can move within site, if it's in the building, the noise, the source, for example, the source of noise. And move to the other side and you'll get it. The other person will get it. Conditional approval is quite thorough. And I believe the state statute says you have to have in writing your conditions in line. And how you answer those questions that are in the statute. So-
that seems familiar to me, yeah.
But the two combined are very powerful tools. Where, because the conditions, the questions you ask and have to have answered in the site, in the conditional approval. You can reinforce them with site plan.
But they're not, but a site plan is not necessarily required for a conditional use.
In most cases, it is.
There are some exceptions, you're right, that's why it's separate. But you can do a site plan where it's triggered, but it doesn't trigger the conditional use.
But very, I think very seldom, Paul, is there are places you can do site plan. And it's not burdensome.
They're not inextricably linked, but they are linked, I
Really?
guess is the,
And there's a section in state statute that says they could be, but you have to define the process by which the two are put together. I made a draft of it and submitted it. But it makes sense because the proposed bylaw has a lot of site plan and conditional approvals in it.
Okay.
And therefore, one document that reinforced the other would be good statute bylaw, I think,
more forceful in your opinion.
forceful and enforceable.
Okay.
And there, I am concerned because the site plan approval or conditional approval, it could ruin our whole town by the number of site plan approvals, the conditional approvals of different uses, of different housing and so on. And it defeats what we have in terms of districts, because you can have all those changes by the DRB approval process. And they sometimes may not realize what they're doing.
Okay. I mean, I see that, I guess the sort of enduring faith is that there's some wisdom on the DRB to understand the overarching implications of these things, right, as they go through them. And I understand what you're saying, that sometimes it, you just might not see it before it happens, but I think my faith would be that they have a little bit of wisdom to understand how these things will interact as best they can figure it out, right?
Well, by the present process, they gotta be two different documents. And they shouldn't be, it should be, if they're required to be both, they should be one common doctrine. Or document that puts. the two
Well, what happens in the cases where one applies and the other doesn't? How do you do that in a jointly written thing?
It's, you use what you got there.
Okay.
But where they're required to have both, you have a single document. And you have a process, the DRB process to do it. They're required not to do it. But they don't have to be coherent, together, and enforceable as a single document.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Thank you, Mal.
Be back next year.
Next,
I got another half to go.
I think we're gonna talk about this again at the next meeting, so.
Okay,
You're,
great.
you're welcome to come back to the next meeting and
Thank you.
we'll see where it goes, but I appreciate you stopping by and talking. All right, so we'll revisit that next time. Paul, P1 over there's got that covered. Payment orders,
Move to approve.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Goes that way.
Oh, sorry.
The peanut gallery everywhere.
No, you guys are keeping me in check. I need it tonight. Paul, thanks for.
Thanks for coming in, Paul,
It
too.
is, I mean, I'm with Lou, I think it's very important that you all have an adequately deliberative
Yeah,
process here, okay?
yeah, I mean, we had,
And you've got time, I mean. You don't even have to act at your next
No.
select board meeting in order to do that. So.
one thing I meant to ask. I gotta work on the formatting. Fonts different in different places and the sizing of the lettering is there. It's driving me crazy. I'm like a formatting.
Right, guys.
Thank you very much.
See you later. Thank you. Payroll warrant.
Move to approve payroll warrant dated November 2025 for October 19 through November 1st, 2025.
Second.
All those in favor?
Hi.
I got it right that time.
Good night, thank you.
Okay.
It's on the back of the chair.
All right. There's nobody on the Zoom. I'll probably just turn it off after this. For an executive session. I'll make a motion that we enter into an executive session to discuss a personnel matter.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Paul, you take your time there, getting yourself together. I forgot to record that public hearing.
Right.
That may be a violation of open meeting law.
Aren't the Zoom meetings recorded though?
Only if you hit record.
Oh.
I forgot to do it.
Oh, I thought you were just saying that you forgot to hit the mic, the whatever, the
Recorder.
recorder.
I forgot both of them.
That's okay.
We did record the regular meeting though, right?
Yeah, the regular meeting's recorded.
Won't be the first time that has happened at one of those meetings, so.
Just record the next one.
Yeah, because we're gonna have a.
Well, we've got good
It's gonna be
minutes.
the same bullshit. Guarantee it.
Well, I think the problem is that people aren't feeling heard by the DRB, not that like
Right.
clearly, yeah,
Or the planning commission.
or the planning commission, yes.
Worried about buildings being set back, he is, it's like, son of a bitch, man, your house is
Literally right on.
literally on the side of the
Right
freaking
down-
road.
Yeah, I noticed it about 3/4 of the way through that public hearing that I forgot to hit record, but that's okay. We got the regular meeting.
Can't be any worse than the, DRB meeting we had at the town meeting.
I don't know what the rules are on that now.
You concerned about houses is very legit as far as how close to the
Mm-hmm.
damn road you can build. If you don't think so, let's go to Roxbury and ride around, because all you gotta be in Roxbury is out of the stinking right of way.
Yeah,
That's it. And before they started enforcing that, people were building literally up to the front step, cause you know why?
That's
Oh,
what it used to be,
when
like
you-
horse and buggy
when-
day, you know, you'd.
Well, no,
That's-
you don't wanna,
Neighborhood
you don't wanna
value.
spend a lot of money on our driveway.
That's true.
To
I always
ensure
just
that
assume that
the
you're
time-
sitting on your front porch and you wanna wait for your neighbor.
Crazy.
I don't know.
What? Don't look at me like that. Don't you look at me with that tone of voice.
So Dave, can I email you tomorrow morning to ask about what time we came out of executive session? And
Yeah.
closed? Okay.
Yeah.
So, should I leave those 2 copies of the draft transmittal there, or,
Set the bylaws.
yeah?
Either way.
Sure.
I mean, you might as well, because if
Yep.
someone else wants to take a peek at
And there's the
that,
map.
cool. I
Alright.
want those maps.
You-
Not for no reason. No, I have a bunch of top rights in my house like weirdo. Also, I find it funny that none of the men on the road crew have done any logging training, because even I have completed level 1 of the game of logging. That's what I'm saying.
Do you wanna clear the trees?
You know what? I have to.
Fuck no.
When I
This
ain't,
was like 20 years ago, so I don't know. This is when I was in college, it was one of my classes.
I have to, but I ain't gonna mess around with
Oh, no.
ash that are this big,
Oh, no.
that lay like this.
You mean
It's
that-
already triggered.
Oh, you mean ones that already probably have been completely annihilated by the emerald ash borer?
No, they're perfectly healthy, but
Night,
they're
everybody.
leaning so
Thank you
heavy.
very much. Drive safely.
Sorry for the late night.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah. Why didn't we have the public hearing earlier than 6? I literally looked at it, I was like, are we sure that starts at 6? For some reason, I thought it was gonna be earlier, yeah. I don't think we expected,
Maybe I
I don't
won't
think
be
we
here for that.
expected all the people to be here.
I expected that.
I was happy Michael came, because he told me he wasn't gonna come, and I was like, you are a
Yeah,
citizen,
everything else shut off.
it doesn't matter that we.
Well, I knew it was gonna come.
Yeah, well, we had a flood this morning in the brewery, so I had to like SOS call in one of my employees, so I could run up there, because we had a water line break.
Oh, no.
It's a good time, we fixed it like a fixture